It has been 2 months since Ukraine began its counteroffensive against the Russian forces. Excuse me for that. Russia occupies nearly 1/5 of Ukraine. The fact remains Zelensky's forces have managed to make only small gains. With time of the essence before the onset of winter, are Ukrainian troops making any real progress? In the 18 months since Russia invaded Ukraine, Ukraine's forces have mostly been on the defensive, preventing Moscow's forces from seizing more territory. But this summer, with the help of billions of dollars of Western military equipment, Ukraine has gone on the attack, attempting to expel the Russians from land they previously captured in the east and south of the country. Recently, Ukrainian forces have retaken a village in the Donetsk region. It has regained some lost territory around Bakhmut in the east after fierce fighting, and it has also made small gains in the Zaporizhzhia region in the south. Though progress is being made, it is much slower than what Ukraine's Western allies had hoped for. According to reports, in the last 2 months, Ukrainian troops have advanced at most about 16 kilometers in 2 areas along the region's 160-kilometer front. While Ukrainian forces have been attacking on 3 fronts using Western-supplied equipment and training, probing for weak spots along the entire 1,125-kilometer front line. Russians have spent months building the most extensive fortifications, from triple layers of trenches to bunkers, concrete pyramid tank traps, and ditches laced with thousands of landmines. Russia has been building its defenses. Ukraine was putting together a dozen newly formed armored brigades trained in Europe. Now Ukraine has the capability to launch missiles. It has the capability to launch rockets or shells deep behind Russian lines. For example, this British-supplied Storm Shadow missile has a range of more than 240 kilometers and has enabled Ukraine to push some of Russia's positions farther away from the front line. Ukraine is also using US-supplied cluster munitions. USA's they are proving effective against some entrenched Russian positions. Experts believe that though effective cluster munitions will not be a game changer for Ukraine, as Russia also has its own cluster weapons and deployed them to make advances in Ukraine. But can Ukraine make any significant progress? By autumn, the rainy season will have arrived in Ukraine. Unpaved roads will be turned into mud, making further advances difficult. While in the spring, the US presidential election cycle will be underway. For Kyiv, the clock is ticking, while Russia simply has to hang on the territory it has seized. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.